Imagine waking up at 2:30 in the morning to lift weights, run a global production company, and star in blockbuster movies, all while knowing that decades ago, you were sitting in a maximum security prison cell facing a potential life sentence for attempted murder. This is not the plot of a gritty crime thriller, but the actual, unvarnished reality of a man who completely rewrote his own destiny. He transformed from a notorious street thug in the rough neighborhoods of Boston into one of the most bankable, disciplined, and successful entertainment moguls on the planet. His journey is the ultimate masterclass in personal reinvention, proving that your past does not dictate your future if you possess the sheer willpower to change. To understand his legacy is to understand the very essence of the American dream, a story of a man who took the worst chapters of his life and used them as the foundation to build an empire of unprecedented success, wealth, and cultural impact. The genesis of this extraordinary redemption arc began in the working class, fiercely loyal, and often unforgiving neighborhood of Dorchester in Boston, Massachusetts. Born into a large, tight-knit Irish Catholic family, his early years were defined by the rough-and-tumble environment of the streets and the strong, sometimes turbulent dynamics of his household. While his older siblings found success in the entertainment industry, his own adolescence took a dark and dangerous turn. Rejecting the path of formal education, he fell in with the wrong crowd, descending into a life of substance abuse and petty crime. The situation escalated rapidly, culminating in a horrific incident when he was just 16 years old. He was involved in a racially motivated assault that left 2 Vietnamese students injured, leading to his arrest and a stint in the Deer Island House of Correction. Facing a potential lengthy prison sentence and staring down the barrel of a life of crime, he experienced a profound psychological awakening. He realized that he was on a trajectory toward death or permanent incarceration, and he made the conscious, difficult decision to turn his life around, using his time in jail to reflect on his mistakes and plot a completely different future. Upon his release, he was determined to channel his boundless energy into something positive, and his older brother, already finding success in the music industry, offered him a lifeline. He adopted the moniker Marky Mark and formed a hip-hop group, quickly capturing the public's attention with a high-energy, party-oriented sound. The group's debut single became a massive global hit, topping charts and establishing him as a household name almost overnight. However, it was his transition into the world of high fashion that truly catapulted him into the stratosphere of global pop culture. He was cast in a series of provocative, highly controversial advertising campaigns for a premier designer underwear brand. The images of the heavily tattooed, muscular young man in tight white briefs sparked a cultural phenomenon, making him an international sex symbol and a highly sought-after commodity. This period of his life was a masterclass in leveraging fame, as he successfully transitioned from a controversial rap persona to a mainstream pop idol, capitalizing on his newfound visibility to build a financial foundation that would later fund his transition into other ventures. Despite the massive success in music and modeling, he knew that the entertainment industry was notoriously fickle, and he wanted to build a career with lasting substance. He made the bold and highly skeptical decision to pivot to acting, a move that was initially met with immense doubt from Hollywood executives, who only saw him as a pop star and an underwear model. He started small, taking gritty, dramatic roles in independent films to prove his dedication to the craft. His breakthrough came when he was cast in a critically acclaimed drama about a group of troubled high school students, where he held his own alongside some of the most promising young talents of his generation. This role demonstrated his raw, unpolished intensity, and his ability to draw upon his own troubled past to inform his performances. The industry began to take notice, recognizing that beneath the polished pop star exterior was a serious, dedicated actor with a unique, gritty authenticity that could not be taught in a drama school. The true validation of his acting prowess arrived when he was cast in a groundbreaking film set in the San Fernando Valley during the golden age of adult cinema. He played a young, ambitious actor navigating the complex and often tragic world of the industry, delivering a performance of startling vulnerability, charisma, and emotional depth. The role earned him widespread critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, completely shattering the lingering perceptions of him as just a pop culture novelty. This monumental achievement proved that he was a formidable talent capable of anchoring complex, character-driven narratives. He followed this success by seamlessly blending into the mainstream blockbuster machine, starring in large-scale disaster films and science fiction epics. He proved his versatility by effortlessly transitioning between intense dramatic roles, high-octane action sequences, and sharp comedic timing, establishing himself as a reliable, highly bankable leading man who could open a movie on the sheer strength of his name and presence. As his acting career reached new heights, he realized that true power in Hollywood lay not just in performing, but in controlling the means of production. He founded his own production company, strategically positioning himself to develop projects that aligned with his personal interests and his understanding of the global market. He focused on stories of heroism, resilience, and working-class grit, often drawing inspiration from real-life events and historical figures. He produced and starred in a series of highly successful, critically acclaimed films that explored the themes of survival, patriotism, and the human spirit. These projects not only solidified his reputation as a serious actor, but also demonstrated his keen business acumen and his ability to identify stories that resonated deeply with audiences worldwide. By taking control of his creative and financial destiny, he transformed from a hired gun into a true Hollywood mogul, building a diversified portfolio of intellectual property and ensuring his relevance in an ever-changing industry landscape. Beyond the silver screen and the production studio, he expanded his empire into the highly lucrative worlds of food, beverage, and wellness. He partnered with his brothers to launch a restaurant concept that quickly evolved into a massive, global franchise. The brand was propelled to unprecedented heights by a highly successful reality television series that offered audiences a glimpse into the chaotic, loving, and often hilarious dynamics of his family. This venture was not just a celebrity cash grab, it was a meticulously planned business enterprise that capitalized on his authentic, blue-collar brand identity. He further expanded his business portfolio by launching a line of health and wellness products, including protein bars and nutritional supplements, tapping into his own well-documented obsession with fitness and physical discipline. These business ventures generated hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, proving that his appeal extended far beyond the movie theater and into the daily lives of his millions of fans. Central to all of his success, both on and off the screen, is his legendary, almost superhuman level of personal discipline. He is famous for his grueling daily routine, waking up in the dead of night to complete extensive workout sessions, manage his business affairs, and prepare for his acting roles. This relentless work ethic is a direct reaction to the wasted years of his youth, a conscious decision to maximize every single second of his life. He views his body and his mind as instruments that must be constantly tuned and optimized, approaching his physical fitness with the same rigorous dedication that he applies to his business negotiations and his script preparations. This discipline has allowed him to maintain his physical prime well into his 50s, enabling him to perform in demanding action roles that require peak physical condition. It is this unwavering commitment to self-improvement and hard work that serves as the true engine of his empire, separating him from his peers and cementing his reputation as one of the hardest-working individuals in the entertainment industry. Despite the immense wealth and global fame, he has never forgotten the rough neighborhood that forged him, and he has dedicated a significant portion of his resources to giving back to the community that raised him. He established a foundation aimed at providing opportunities, resources, and support to at-risk youth in Boston and other underserved communities. He has funded countless programs, built recreational facilities, and used his personal story as a testament to the possibility of redemption and change. He understands firsthand the systemic issues that lead young people down destructive paths, and he uses his platform and his fortune to intervene and offer alternatives. Furthermore, his deep love for animals led him to create a rescue organization dedicated to saving shelter dogs and finding them permanent, loving homes. This philanthropic work reveals the deeply compassionate and grounded individual beneath the Hollywood blockbuster persona, showcasing a man who is driven by a desire to heal and uplift others. The legacy of this extraordinary individual is a profound testament to the power of human resilience and the capacity for radical personal transformation. He took the darkest, most shameful moments of his early life and used them as fuel to build a life of unprecedented success, influence, and positive impact. He navigated the treacherous waters of fame, survived the intense scrutiny of the media, and consistently evolved his brand to stay relevant in a fiercely competitive industry. From a convicted felon facing a bleak future in a Massachusetts jail to a billionaire Hollywood mogul and global icon, his journey is the ultimate modern fairy tale. It is a story that reminds us that no matter how far we fall, the power to rewrite our narrative always remains in our own hands. He did not just conquer Hollywood, he conquered himself, leaving behind a legacy of discipline, entertainment, and philanthropy that will inspire generations to come.